Wednesday, the 18th of October, another exciting Smell the Coffee episode coming your way. All you need to do is sit back and grab your cup of joe and enjoy the latest in entertainment and bizarre news. You're joined by Diana Master and Aina Raiza Kweyo. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
It's almost end of the week. I'm looking forward to end of the month because I need some cash. So today I was looking at my calendar and I'm like, okay, 25. It's next week's Wednesday. So
just hold out.
I have to go through the weekend and then just say a little prayer. Wednesday, we are within.
Just drink sugar water and bread for the week. Just sugar water and bread for the week.
No, we have food. Like we have food at home, but I just like no. I want the food that is not at home.
At home, there's no food. You're lying. There's ingredients.
I want nicer food. I want to like make myself. I want to go out.
One thing
and
about
have
you,
like
you
a
love
pasta.
a soft life.
Yeah, I want to
love
go
a
out
soft
and
life.
have like a Woolworths ice cream. You know, I want to go and have which flavor do you have?
It's the is it triple berry?
Oh, I've never had triple
it's
berry.
nice. It's got like berry sauce.
Oh, that ice cream from Woolworths. Yo.
Which one is your favorite?
I've had caramel. I've had their vanilla with something. I don't like their chocolate though.
Okay, I haven't tried the chocolate.
I don't like their chocolate.
I like the stracciatella, the cookies and cream.
I think I've also had the cookies and cream.
You should try stracciatella.
It's
also
so nice. Like it's rich in taste.
It's very rich.
Oh,
it is very rich. Yeah.
I understand why rich people go shop there at Woolworths. It's just giving wealth.
It's giving opulence.
The levels, man. Even when you are eating that ice cream, you're like, taste of wealth. Taste of wealth. Let me ask you something. Have you ever refused a gift? And what was the gift that you didn't accept?
My life.
Clearly you have expected it since you're still here.
Listen, a gift that I've received, but I had to give it back.
That you didn't want.
That I didn't want.
Or
We've
that
had this
you
conversation
gave
before,
to
though.
someone else. No, the conversations we've had is gifts that you would not want to get.
Oh, yes. I can't, from the top of my head, I can't think of anything right now. But I know there was once a time I received something and then I had to pass it on, you know.
Because you were just not feeling
I think it was perfume. That was my mom. I know my mom. My mom received a perfume once. And she's like, it smells like an old lady. I don't want to smell.
I know what you mean.
You know,
those
scents.
I don't like
And
them.
also there's this one perfume she absolutely hates. I also hate it. It gives me a headache. I'll tell you the name during commercial break.
Okay.
But she just, because she already saw the package, let's say the perfume is Aina by Aina Raiza Kweyo, right? And she already knew, she's like, I don't like this scent. So then she just wrapped it and gave it to someone else at their birthday. Yeah.
And then that someone else was like,
someone else was probably like,
it's giving,
rumor has it, or legend has it, that box is still being passed on. They just keep passing it on.
At least they didn't throw it away. I think it's rude to throw away. Just pass on.
Yeah,
there
just
would
pass
be
on.
someone who likes the gift.
Definitely.
But after the break, we have a couple. Well, the girlfriend is so angry of the gift that she got from the guy.
Oh,
she's
I wonder
about.
what she got.
I'll tell you what she plans to do.
Ooh.
After I reveal to you what she got, how she got it, when she got it, and
why
what
she wants to give it away. So don't go anywhere. Just make sure during this commercial break you make yourself a nice cup of coffee, and we'll be right back.
So the Wednesday event brings together the 5 chefs from the US and chefs from Drombos, local chefs, to create a fusion of culinary experience from both across the continent, from the US and from Namibia. And this is basically to promote local foods as well as to encourage the consumers, the community of Namibia to enjoy our own food. And that way we can lead to again, increasing the production of food locally. Local ingredients, local styles, so even the chefs from the US will be learning from the Namibian counterparts how to make matangara in a different way, or how to cook mahangu in a way that creates an international flavor. So it's basically trying to also export Namibia to the rest of the world.
I'm now joined by Chef Ryan all the way from the United States.
Hello.
How are you?
I am so excited to be in this beautiful country.
Right?
I am.
What can we expect?
You know, it's a week of events, but Wednesday is really our big event. We have this great opportunity to work with Namibian chefs, and we're going to have 5 courses, but we're really going to have 10 courses. We're going to take courses from the team of the Namibian chefs, and we're going to make a similar dish that's interpreted by the United States chef, and we're going to serve all our guests, which I hope you can come out and join, because it's a don't miss event. We're going to serve each of our guests an example of each of those items prepared by a Namibian chef and an American chef, and we're going to show you the differences, and we're going to celebrate the differences, and we're going to hopefully get ideas from you, and then we're going to hopefully give some ideas to your team, and we're going to collaborate. And it is an event that, please don't miss this event. This is an event of the week, and it's going to be awesome.
Starting off our stories, Drake gets #1 album and single, tying Michael Jackson for Billboard Hot 100 record. Drake, with his J. Cole collaboration First Person Shooter, has officially tied Michael Jackson as the male solo artist with most #1 single songs in Billboard Hot 100 history. Following the release of his album For All the Dogs, the rapper has officially charted 13 songs at #1, a record that hasn't been surpassed since Jackson achieved it in 1995 with You Are Not Alone. The achievement means that Drake and Jackson now share the title of 4th most #1 songs on the Hot 100. The Beatles hold the overall record with 20, followed by Mariah Carey with 19 and Rihanna with 14. For All the Dogs debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, with 6 more singles cracking the top 10. First Person Shooter marks the first #1 song for J. Cole, with Yeat, 21 Savage, SZA, Bad Bunny and more making guest appearances elsewhere on the record. To celebrate, Drizzy took to Instagram to share an edited selfie of the late King of Pop wearing an OVO hoodie along with the caption "Mood," as well as a photo of himself wearing a sparkly MJ-inspired glove while out at dinner. In another post, the Six God said that he believes he should have already beaten Jackson's record as he rapped about on First Person Shooter. Coincidentally, these are the lyrics: "What the leap, bro? I'm one away from Michael. N-word, beat it, beat it."
Okay. You know what's more shocking? I'm not shocked that, Drake was able to achieve this. I mean, it's Drake. I am more shocked to find out who is holding the 3 spots on this list. Like the Beatles are #1.
Well, the Beatles, that shouldn't come as a surprise. The Beatles are like the biggest band ever.
Mariah
was definitely a surprise.
And then Rihanna.
Rihanna wasn't a surprise.
I would expect Rihanna to be there, but Mariah is also big. So maybe, I don't know. I was just surprised,
I think Mariah was at her prime in the 90s. So I think maybe that's when she achieved.
Do you know how many people still listen to the Christmas song?
Every year.
Every year.
Like, it's about this time that Mariah Carey starts defrosting. She's getting ready to sing All I Want for Christmas.
It's like, what is that song that will never get old? Your Wedding Day by Brenda Fassie.
Oh, Wedding Day.
Wedding Day. That one.
Yeah. Every wedding.
Every year.
I even said that at my wedding, that song must play or I'm suing someone.
Every year, every day. It will never get old.
Wedding Day. Sister Bettina.
Sister Bettina. Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is now officially there as well. All I Want for Christmas is there. Those are like, and Carolina.
Yes.
You cannot have a black party or wedding
even if it's not a black
songs.
one. Even white events play these songs.
Plays.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, congratulations to Drake. You know, sign me up. I also do music.
Wait.
Just wait for my single to come, and I hope that, you know, my single can also be a lifetime song.
Billboard Hot 100.
Billboard 100.
You know what I don't like about Billboard Hot 100?
Why is Nicki Minaj not there?
Well, does she have a new song?
She has Big Difference.
It's probably in the top 100 somewhere. I don't know. Because the thing is, this is based off of the plays and the downloads and all of that. So they use all of these streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all of those. So they count those. So the thing is, you could literally be number 1 this week, and next week you'd be number 58.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's hard. It's not really something that you should use to count, I would say. Because, yeah, sure, it's a great achievement being number 1, but you can easily drop from number 1 to number 98.
Yeah. But shout out to my girl, Nicki Minaj. Always love you, girl.
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
the real bar.
The real bar. Why is this about Nicki all of a sudden? But nonetheless, let's move on to some interesting news. So earlier, I started the show by asking, what type of gift will you return? Okay, it's always a nice feeling when your partner goes out of their way to get you a thoughtful gift for a special occasion, be it a birthday, anniversary, or even Christmas. These gifts don't have to be pricey, just as long as there was something thought put into them that proves your loved one listen to you and understand what you like. But here is the conversation, okay? One woman said she's going to dump her boyfriend over the gift he bought her on her birthday, even though it was very expensive. The woman found her boyfriend is planning on taking her on a cruise. And while her family and friends think this is a great gesture and it's so romantic, she couldn't be more horrified as she suffers from a really bad seasickness. The woman said she was also already planning to go on a Renaissance Fair Festival the same week as the cruise, and her boyfriend was well aware of her plans before he booked the tickets. So despite the gift seeming thoughtful, it's actually a present for him that doesn't consider her feelings at all. That is the trend.
Me. I would book you a trip for 2 so I can come with.
So the woman is like, nah, I've had it with you. Yes, you spend money, but like...
And also the fact that she suffers from seasickness.
But these are things he knows.
Exactly. So why would he still go and book it?
Why are you trying to ambush your girl, bruh?
Yo, I know that man is selfish. Now, before we get to the next segment, we briefly have to talk about this because this is currently breaking the internet. Hailey Bailey and DDG fuel pregnancy rumors in latest photos. Hailey Bailey and DDG are stirring talks online about possibly adding a little one to their romance. In new photos captured by Splash News, Hailey is seen walking alongside her boyfriend with what appears to be a round bump underneath an oversized grey hoodie, a Louis Vuitton bag over her shoulder. Photographers captured the couple strolling in Santa Monica, California. While some pictures featured the Little Mermaid actress alone, others show DDG 26 with his arm around her. In several photos, the 23-year-old appears radiant and flashes a smile. Neither of them have confirmed nor denied the pregnancy. A scroll through her recent Instagram uploads shows primarily headshots or layered and flowy outfit selections. Both her oversized fashion looks and appearance at events like the 2023 VMAs have stirred baby bump talks, that orange dress that was just up. According to Page 6, an insider alleged that the singer was mindful about who and how she hugged industry peers at the award show. Fans also speculated about a pregnancy after seeing uploads of Hailey Bailey sharing an emotional hug with Chloe after her performance in Europe.
They are such a good-looking couple. I mean, look at that. Yo, wow. I will not be surprised because what is with these all oversized outfits? In the black dress,
You can't really see.
No, you can see in the black dress. In the orange dress is where I'm not able
I know,
to
in the
tell.
orange dress as well. I was like, sis.
Really?
Sis,
In there,
sis.
she just looks normal. I think the dress is too puffy. Put on the black dress. Let's see the black dress. In the black dress, you can really, there's something there.
Okay,
There's
I
something
see.
there.
I see what you want to
know?
talk. Oh, obviously also how she was mindful of how she's hugging people and whatever.
Why are you mindful?
And people were saying because she cried when she hugged, what's her name? Chloe.
Yeah.
She never cries. So they were like, yeah, no, it's definitely the pregnancy hormones. But so we will be keeping an eye out. Also, stay out of people's business. If they don't want you to know, they don't want you to know. But that brings us to the end of our top stories. Now, after the break, we do have an interesting interview. It's still NamFeast week, and today the main event takes place at Drombos, where international chefs are geared for an unforgettable dining experience. Here's a delightful chat we had with Chef Otto yesterday. Now get ready to experience the ultimate culinary collaboration as renowned chefs from the USA join forces with local Namibian chefs for an unforgettable dining experience during #NamFeast. In light of this, I am joined by Chef Otto all the way from the USA. How are you doing, Chef?
Fantastic. Thanks.
Fantastic.
Glad to be here. Thrilled to be here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so start us off by telling us what is the idea behind Feast and why did you decide to have it in Namibia?
First, let me say that I didn't decide to have it here. Feast decided to put me here.
Okay.
This was an appointment. Feast is an acronym that I created in America that stood for Feed Every American Starting Today. And now we are here in Africa, so it now stands for Feed Every African Starting Today. But eventually we want that word to translate to Feed Everyone Among Us Starting Today.
Oh, I see.
This is a global endeavor, and it's kicking off in your lovely nation.
And I see you have our flag right there on your jacket.
I have your flag right here.
That is amazing. I have to say that was the first thing I noticed when you walked in studio. And I have to say I love the fact that you have every country that you've ever visited and cooked in right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So as a reminder.
Yes.
What would you say was your favorite?
They're all my favorite.
They're all your favorite?
That's right.
Okay, getting into your next question. Humanitarian work is important to you and it's an important part of your life. So please share with the audience why this lies so close to your heart.
Well, at the end of the day, again, we talked about feast and it's a calling, just like I was called to be a chef. You know, when I was a little kid growing up in Ohio in the 60s and 70s, you know, being a chef, that really wasn't a career choice back then. So I was a little bit avant-garde, if you will.
Yes.
So I was called to do this, and you know, I have a best-selling book out called A Chef Is Born, talks about that. And what happened was at a point in my life, namely in the 80s when I was in New York City, which was a terrible economic time in the States, I was working on these high-end properties, charging, you know, $30, $40 for an entree, and people were rummaging through the trash to get something to eat. And I thought to myself, well, this is quite a stretch of bad news and good news, isn't it? You work in these high-end restaurants making this incredible cuisine, and yet your brother over here is struggling to get by, and he's rummaging through the trash to get his minimum daily requirement. So that moved me, and that's when I began this journey to utilize my gift and to be a champion of hunger issues.
That is beautiful. That is truly, truly inspiring. So from all the establishments that you've worked at, which one would you say is your favorite? And why?
Wow. Listen, they all bring something to the table. I mean, I work with great chefs. I work in great restaurants. You know, the Pier Hotel, New York City is where I did my apprenticeship. I opened the Atlantis in the Bahamas with Sol Kirchner, former South African, you know, entertainment mogul, if you will. The famous Charlie Trotter, one of the greatest chefs in the world. I worked for him. I was a professor at the Culinary Institute of America, you know, by far the greatest cooking school in the world. Probably the thing I'm most proud of is I cooked for the United States Navy on a nuclear-powered submarine.
Oh, wow.
That's my nearest and dearest to me.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I keep saying amazing because I'm truly at a loss for words. All right, so just to bring you back to your teenagers, right? I mean, cooking has always been a passion for you, and you briefly touched on your book, A Chef is Born. Why did you decide to pen down your memoirs?
I had a lot to say. There's a reason why my name is Otto. I almost died at birth. I had a bone disorder. I was in traction for a whole year. I wore a brace for 3 years. I had a interesting, upbringing with a mixed marriage. My mom was married. She had 3 kids. Then she got divorced. Met my father. Had 3 more kids. Her parents were from Italy. My dad's parents were from Budapest. I had a great, culinary upbringing, if you will. I grew up in the Midwest. Rock solid Midwestern values. I cooked all through high school, and my plan was, hey, join the Navy, use a GI Bill, go to cooking school, and be on your merry little way. Didn't quite happen that way, but hey, I'm right here, now telling the story. So exactly. I did something good.
Yeah, you did something well, definitely. Okay, so again, just to bring you back to all these countries that you traveled to, have you also ever tried to cook some of the authentic dishes in those countries?
My authentic dishes or their authentic
dishes?
Their
authentic dishes.
Oh yeah, sure. Yes. I mean, that's part of the deal to go there. I mean, so here I am with 4 of my dear colleagues, and we're learning all about all these different things. And went to Catacombe, which is a traditional restaurant, and they're serving worms there, which is not alien to me because in Mexico they eat worms and crickets and ants and such. Yes. So and biltong, and it's always interesting for chefs to go because there's just a multitude of cuisine out there and techniques, and you learn. And like one of my guys, I had no idea, he's going to serve this egg yolk that's just basically going to be sitting in a brine of soy sauce for 3 or 4 hours. It's just going to kind of slightly cook it, like kind of firm it up, and he's going to kind of do like a carbonara with this egg that's been sort of marinated in soy sauce. Never heard of such a thing. So one of my own colleagues has shown me something. So you never know where you're going to learn. And on top of it, I just want to say that, an old chef once said to me, the chef that thinks he knows everything knows absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
There's so much to learn.
I agree with that. You never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
And I think that is actually one of the greatest parts of being a chef, because you constantly travel to these places and you learn the different types of cuisine. Yeah. Now, before I let you go, Chef, because we will be talking for the whole day, what would you say is your absolute favorite dish if you had to choose one right here, right now?
Hey, when I'm going out and my time is up and the good Lord says you're coming home, I want a plate of chicken paprikash in front of me. And when you come to Drambos tomorrow night, you're going to be eating a version of that, which is going to be my interpretation of the marathon chicken.
Ooh, that sounds like something that you definitely do not want to miss. So you can catch Chef Otto tomorrow night at Drambos for the #NAM Feast. We will definitely be looking forward to having you there and trying all the amazing different dishes you have in store for us. Don't go anywhere. More Smell the Coffee coming up after the break.
Distinguished invited guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. The city of Windhoek commenced with the electrification of informal settlement around Windhoek in the 2017-2018 financial year to date. Approximately 3,515 service connections were completed, and the affected households now use the electricity services. These houses were electrified during the last 5 years of the previous 5-year electrification plan, 2017-2022, which lapsed during the last financial year, 2022-2023. The electrification project were funded by the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and NAM Power with a combined capital investment of around 45 million. The works for electrification of Havana, we're told not Havana, no? Kurehab. You want to change it now? Yeah. Havana Extension 6 and 7 Phase 2 were completed by the MH Electrical 458 contractors. The total number of households to be electrified during this phase is 162 households. To date, 105 houses were connected and switched on to the electricity grid and are now able to use electricity service.
We've come to the end of our show. Until tomorrow, all our love, all our light.
Adios.